That ate the system. Cover, full bleed, riff-raff. Tagline across the top in graffiti font, they built the system. I'm here to break it. Page 1, splash page. Double spread, a sickeningly perfect corporate kingdom theme park. Mascots march in perfect rows. Giant smiling mice, bunnies, ducks, cereal clowns. Everything is pastel, sterile, smiling. Next panel, a corner of the page rips open like paper. Spray paint splatter bursts through. Riff's clawed hand grips the page and yanks it wide open. Riff, breaking through, grinning. Sorry, kids. This ain't a brochure. It's a break-in. Page 2 panel. Riff stands center stage. Jagged grin, neon graffiti dripping off his mitts. He tags the comic panel with Riff was here. Panel 2, a squad of syndicate mascots rush toward him, cheerful knockoffs of Mickey, Bugs, and more, all armed with oversized mallets and hammers. Riff, snapping his fingers. Cue the violence, maestro. Panel 3. Music notes literally fall from the sky as if a cartoon orchestra started playing. Riff swings a paint roller dipped in black ink, splatters the first mascot into a puddle of logo sludge. Now page 3 panel 1, knockoff princess mascot swings a sparkling wand. Riff ducks and the wand rips open the comic panel itself. Panel 2, Riff peeks out from a different panel across the page, middle finger up. Riff, your magic's busted, sweetheart. Mine's meta. Panel 3, he grabs the word pow from a sound effect bubble and slams it onto a mascot's head, crushing him flat. Page 4, big panel. A parody corporate mascot council hologram appears in the sky. Silhouettes of a giant mouse, a rabbit with huge teeth, and a duck with a sailor hat. Corporate mouse booming. Unauthorized character detected. You are not approved merchandise. Riff laughing. Merchandise. Buddy, I'm anti-merch. I'm the bootleg you can't copyright. So page 5-6, action sequence spread. Riff fights through hordes of mascots using cartoon logic. Tosses a banana peel that turns into an oil slick. Pulls a hole out of his pocket and drops enemies into it. Slaps stickers over mascots' mouths so their catchphrases suffocate them. Chaos fills the spread. Bright graffiti sound effects everywhere. Blam! Slap! Yoink! Rip! Page 7 panel. Riff swings onto a parade float shaped like a giant smiling mouse head. Panel 2. He pulls out a spray can the size of a rocket launcher. Title: Zippity Zappin' the Cosmic Custard. Panel layout: 2 rows of 3 panels each style. Ultra-saturated colors. Old-timey 1930s animation designs, but with hyper-modern, glitchy neon energy. Think Bugs Bunny meets Vaporwave meets Acid Trip. Panel 1, scene. Zippity Zap. A bouncy, hyperactive fox with a neon rainbow tail pops out of a spinning, glittering time vortex. Visual. Background is a kaleidoscope swirl of colors. Zippity Zap has exaggerated cartoon eyes that glow. Caption: They said no one could outshine the classics. Ha! Panel 2. Scene. Zippity Zap wields a giant spoon of glowing cosmic custard, flinging it like a weapon. Visual. Custard trails leave rainbow fire streaks. Tiny stars explode on impact. Action text, splat zoom. Panel 3. Scene. Cosmic custard hits a shadowy figure that vaguely looks like a spoof of a famous mouse. Visual. The figure is sent flying in a spiral. Rainbow shards of custard explode everywhere. Effect, boing bang kapow. Panel 4. Scene. Close-up of Zippity Zap winking at the reader while juggling custard globes that orbit him like planets. Visual. Over-the-top glinting eyes. Background pulsates with neon concentric circles. Speech bubble. Old school meet new rules. Panel 5 scene. Zippity Zap strikes a heroic pose on top of a custard mountain, while ghostly echoes of classic cartoon mascots cower below. Visual. Brightest, most saturated yellows, pinks, blues. Custard glows almost like liquid gold. Caption: Taste the rainbow of chaos. Panel 6 scene, final splash page style panel. Zippity Zap leaps straight at the viewer, breaking the fourth wall, rainbow custard splashing outward. Effect: sparkles, lightning, stars, and little glitchy artifacts flying off the page. Speech bubble. Welcome to the new age of animation. See key mascot traits: torso hyperactive, chaotic energy. winks at the audience, self-aware, brings surreal, eye-popping visuals that scream, "I'm better than the classics." Mix of old-timey rubber hose style plus neon, digital age aesthetics image, Jinx Jolt, the mascot that outshines Mickey and Bugs, overall vibe. Imagine if a rubber hose cartoon character and a neon sign had a kid during a thunderstorm. Every line of him wiggles like it's alive, no stillness, he's buzzing with static energy. A balance of retro simplicity, so he's instantly recognizable. Plus new age chaos, so he feels like he belongs now, not in the past. Wait, head and face. Head shape, round and slightly stretched, like a glowing carnival light bulb. Eyes, giant white ovals with electric blue irises that flicker like lightning, sometimes blinking into XS or sparks for comic effect. Mouth. Oversized grin with sharp, jagged teeth made of neon light tubes, always glowing. Shifting colors, red when mischievous, yellow when laughing, purple when plotting. Ears, horns. Instead of ears, he has tiny lightning bolt prongs that twitch and crackle. A body. Torso, classic pear shape, like Mickey Bugs, but outlined in glowing lines, as if drawn with chalk and electricity. Inside, he's hollow, shadows swirl like storm clouds. Arms and legs, stretchy rubber hose limbs but with glowing wire cores, like black licorice tubes filled with pulsing light. Hands, feet, oversized cartoon gloves and clowny shoes, but stylized. Gloves have zigzag stitch seams that glow, and shoes leave little sparks when he walks. Clothing and accessories. Suspenders, bright neon pink, glowing constantly, his one main outfit element. Bow tie, a sparking little bow tie that hums like a buzzing light. Shoes, rubber hose-style clown shoes, but every stomp makes a little pop of light. Extra detail. Sometimes his suspenders stretch off his body and act like extra arms for jokes, gags. They aura emotion. He's never still. Even when standing still, he's got tiny sparks jumping off his outline. Glow pulses like a neon sign flickering. Shadows stretching unnaturally, like he bends the cartoon world around him. When he moves, he leaves after images, like old animation smears, but glowing. Bone color palette. Primary glow colors, electric blue, neon pink, acid yellow, and ink black outlines. Accent colors. Purple and teal flashes for dramatic emotional shifts. Background contrast. He pops against anything because his glow looks self-lit. Don't miss you, Tim C1. The spark. That shattered the screen. Panel 1. Birth of Chaos. A silent black and white panel shows an old-timey movie theater. A projector hums, playing a boring, squeaky mouse cartoon. Suddenly, zap, the film strip tears open with neon light. Narration. Dramatic. Every era thinks it owns the screen, until something brighter kicks it wide open. But panel 2, Jinx appears. From the hole in the screen crawls Jinx Jolt, grinning ear to ear, buzzing with sparks. He stands in glowing color while the rest of the world is still grayscale. Jinx to the reader. You wanted fun? You wanted chaos? Well, strap in, sugar plugs, I'm here to break the reel. Jaws panel 3. First gag, Jinx grabs the edges of the panel itself and stretches them like taffy, bending the comic. Background characters, bananas, trombones, tap dancing shoes, spill out as he laughs. Sound effects, splunk, squirt, boing! Through panel 4, the rival a massive shadow looms, a mouse-shaped silhouette with round ears, arms crossed, looking furious. Jinx doesn't look scared. He yawns and blows sparks out of his nose. Jinx. Big ears, small tricks. Time to retire, pal. Or panel 5. Overthrow Jinx zaps forward like lightning, suspenders snapping like whips. The shadow mouse bursts into shards of cheese-shaped glass. Neon confetti rains down. Sound effects. Crash. Z-zap. A panel 6. Triumph final splash panel. Jinx surfs on a bolt of lightning across the broken panel borders. Grinning, sparks flying. A giant neon sign flickers behind him. Sign. The future starts here. Jinx shouting to the reader. Remember the name, kids. Jinx Jolt. The spark you'll never snuff out. Comic Mascot Issue 1. Title. Mascot of Anarchy. Crashy the Iconoclast. The Mascot. Name. Crashy. Short for Crash Course to Reality. Design. A cartoon animal no corporation would approve of, half rabbit, half coyote, stitched together like a reject from a Saturday morning pilot. Big eyes that can switch from goofy slapstick to sinister I see through you mode. Wears mismatched gloves, one white, one black, parodying Mickey but making it uneven and broken. Tail shaped like a question mark. Sneakers scribbled with graffiti slogans. Personality. Chaotic trickster energy. Calls out ads, censorship, politicians, and corporate mascots directly in the panels. Breaks the fourth wall constantly. Motto, if it sells you happiness, burn it. If it sells you fear, eat it. Ichinlapur 1, the mascot they couldn't buy. Opening spread. Crashy bursts out of a vintage-style TV screen, claws first, glass shattering across the page. A fake cereal ad is running on the TV. Obeos, part of your balance control. Crashy rips through the ad and yells, "Breakfast is a prison, kids. Spit out the slogan and eat the sun instead." We act I, the factory of mascots. Crashy sneaks into a giant Disney Warner-style mascot factory. Conveyor belts show endless copies of smiling mouse ears, rabbit ears, yellow sponges, all stripped of personality. Crashy tags every machine with graffiti. You can't manufacture soul. Act 2. Corporate clash. The villain, Mr. Brand TM, the walking copyright symbol, a slick suit with a giant C for a head. Dialogue bubble. Crashy, you'll be trademarked, franchised, sanitized, and shoved on lunchboxes until you're hollow. Crashy replies, "Nah, I'm unmarketable. Try selling truth. It doesn't fit in a Funko Pop box." Epic fight scene. Crashy bends the panel gutters into weapons, beats Brand TM with speech bubbles turned into bricks. Back to third, rebellion ignites. Kids in the comic start drawing Crashy on walls, ripping up their cartoon lunchboxes, wearing homemade masks of his face. Final splash page. Crashy standing on top of the destroyed mascot factory, smoke behind him, holding a giant pen like a sword. Tagline. The mascot isn't theirs anymore. It's yours. Style. Hybrid of old rubber hose cartoons, bendable limbs, big eyes, and punk zine art, scratchy ink, cut and paste textures. Fake ads throughout the issue that Crashy vandalizes mid-panel. Dialogue swings between goofy cartoon banter and sharp anti-system one-liners.